Hello friends, welcome. In this video I'm going to be going over all things Glowforge Aura. I just recently got one a couple months ago. My husband bought it as a gift for me, and yeah, I've been playing around with it for a few months now, and I thought it was time to kind of give a little review, my experience. If you're interested in purchasing one of these and you're on the fence, then this is the video for you, and hopefully I can answer some of your questions. If you have any other questions that I can't answer in this video, or I don't answer in this video, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I was super excited to get one of these and had so many ideas of what I wanted to do with it, and I'm sure if you're looking to get one as well, you want to know if this will be for you, or even if you have a Glowforge already. Hopefully you learned some tips and tricks in this video as well. I'm gonna go, I guess, with some of the pros, and then I'll go over some of the cons, and then I'll just go over a little bit of my experience with it. And yeah, so in the beginning of this video you just see me my husband is unboxing it, and it does come with this free tester proof grade wood there, and I think that was maple wood. But all the settings, once you apply that proof grade material into your machine, all the settings kind of just go for you. They're already preset into the machine. I also do have the vent there on the bottom, as you can see, and then I have it connected there to my laptop on my desk there. So that was me testing out the proof grade material, and like I said, the settings are already in there. A lot of the times, if you use the Glowforge settings, I have realized that their settings aren't the best. So this is where I feel like a lot of people have problems with the Glowforge. When you're using their settings, a lot of issues I've came across. So it's just been a lot of trial and error, and I think that's what's happening for a lot of people. And you'll get this notification right when you go ahead click, right? So it says you're printing your first print, right? First print. This was one of the files that they had there with the machine. If you get, they offer you like a free time period to their software, which is really great. Afterwards you do have to pay for it, and you can see that's their website. That's where you would get everything from on there. But as I was saying, you use their settings, and a lot of the times it does not even work on their proof grade material. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I noticed that that's where I was coming up with a lot of the problems. These are just some of the projects that I have worked on with the Glowforge. I've used their settings. I've played around with the machine quite a bit, and I have a lot of issues with their settings in the machine. So you really do need to find the best settings for you, for the materials that you're using, even if it's proof grade and already has it in there. What's really good about the proof grade is that it does come already all ready to go pretty much. It has the masking tape on it so it doesn't burn your materials, and it's already finished. The wood is finished, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Now, if you buy your materials elsewhere, you would have to probably finish it yourself, but it would be a lot cheaper. So you're paying for the brand, you're paying for the finishing, you're paying for the masking tape. Their proof grade material is a lot more expensive than getting it elsewhere, but keep in mind that you are paying for all of that. They say that it's convenient because you can prop it in and the settings will be in the machine. Like I said, I've used their settings and their settings have not worked for me. I had to play around, and I've learned, I had to learn the hard way, like we do most things. And yeah, this in particular, this project was done on black acrylic. You can see there it's proof grade, it's Glowforge, and it was their settings I used, and it did not cut through all the way at all. So again, their settings don't work on everything here. It's best that you try like a very small circle in a small spot of it, because most of the time you're not going to be able to use every single space on of the material. So just try to find a very small area that you can test on that. Don't do a big project and don't do a lot of them at once. Just do one small and make sure you get that settings right to where you need it, that it's going to cut through all the way. There's many Facebook groups and such that share different settings for different materials. So I would suggest joining a Facebook group. I've joined a few and they have been very helpful. And the community there, they're just all really, really helpful. And yeah, I would definitely suggest getting on one of those Facebook groups and looking at their settings, trying it out again on your own Glowforge in a very small spot. Do like a little circle or something small. Make sure that it cuts through all the way, just so that you're not wasting your materials and not getting extremely frustrated with the machine and then wanting to get rid of it, or looking at other options and just feeling like you've just wasted so much money, because these are not cheap at all. And I was feeling that way for a while. I was like, oh, maybe this wasn't the best thing. It was a gift from my husband, but still I did feel bad, because I felt like I wasn't going to be able to use it the way I wanted to use it. But definitely now that I've played around with different settings, I typically don't use the Glowforge settings. I'll put in my own settings on each of them, and that has been working out for me the best. So that's the pros and cons, I guess you could say, in that sense. Like, the pros are that it is compact to where you can have it in your room. It can connect to one of those vents. You can even have it outside your window as well, so you don't have to pay extra for that, because I think the vent alone was about $400, something around there. And then you also do have to change it out. So if you don't have access to a window, then that is great. You can put it under your desk and it doesn't take up much space. So here I was making these earrings. This is a file already on Glowforge. Another pro is that they do have their program there for you if you're not like tech savvy. Like, I'm not the best at this stuff. And also just creating like digital files, everything is on there for you. So yeah, it's very user friendly, very easy. There is a cost with that though. So there's still a ton of different free files that you can find and connect it to Glowforge as well and use that. But so far I've been using their free membership, and I've been enjoying it. You can see there that the edges I'm showing you are nice and clean. I finally got the black acrylic to work. The other project that I worked on, it did not come out nice with the settings the Glowforge settings had in their system. So I just wanted to show that there, play around with the settings. It is a little bit of a learning curve, so that could be a pro or con depending on if you want that. But I think with any one of these type of machines, there is always a learning curve for this. Just depends on how quick you are to pick it up. And yeah, you do need to have patience for it, because you can make a lot of mistakes. Well, not you, but the machine itself cannot cut through. And yeah, sometimes it just can get really, really frustrating. So just going in with that mindset, knowing that in advance that you do have to test out all of this. So you can see it has masking on here, and I'm just showing you how it did cut through. I did at one point stop. You can also stop it midway. It does react very quickly, so you can cancel that setting if you put it in there and you don't like the way it's coming out, or sometimes it relapse on the same image and would cut it and just ruin the whole thing. So that has happened with a lot of people as well. It happened with me, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? A lot of the times you have to be careful the way you also clean the machine. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you a little bit how I clean the machine and going a little bit into detail with that, because you do need to clean these machines and keep up with them like any machine you have. You have a sewing machine, you need to have the maintenance and cleaning on that machine regardless. So you need to know what kind of products to use to not damage your machine as well. So that's very important. And also the magic time. So it kind of shows you the Glowforge settings. Normally when I put it in, it said it was going to take like 20 to 30 minutes. I changed the settings, made it a little faster and a little stronger. And you see there it was like 28 minutes. I put it down to the 13-minute mark. And yeah, it just worked great. So the Glowforge settings can be a lot longer if you keep their settings in as well, I noticed. And normally you can drop that down tremendously if you put your own settings in, you know, test different things out. So if you're like mass producing things or you need something quickly, you can definitely change the settings there as well. Of course, you know, there could be a fire hazard or anything like that, so you should keep a fire extinguisher near in case of something like that. I have mine in my bedroom. As you can see right here, this is my bedroom. This is actually my vanity set where I would sit down and like do my makeup in here, but I haven't done my makeup in a while, so I kind of cleared that out and just put my Glowforge on top of this desk, and it worked out really nicely. I pretty much do a lot of crafting in my bedroom because we just don't have the space to house a lot of this stuff anywhere else, so it can fit in a bedroom. The only downfall, so this is another con, would be that it is loud. Okay, it's not quiet at all. I keep some of my materials there on the shelf. As you can see, I had some of my makeup on the sides of there. I used to have it like really nice, but now I just put some of my Glowforge materials. But as I was saying, it is a loud machine. This machine is not quiet at all, and it also does, even with the vent that I have it connected to, it still has a really strong odor, and it does take away a lot of the odor, but it's still strong. I do have a fan in my room. I have two fans. I have the overhead ceiling fan, and then I have another fan. I also open my windows when I do it. So here I was just showing, you know, some things that it damaged. This, it actually did not cut through, and that was using the Glowforge settings. It didn't cut through all the way on these earrings. I was trying to do like a really small project just to test it out, you know, test the settings. You can see there that I have the hose there that's connected down to my machine. And they say that on Glowforge, they say that you can take this maybe to craft fairs and such. I'm not sure how that would work out so much. You do need to have a connection to the internet. So here it just says, we're sorry, an unexpected error has occurred. Sometimes this happens after cleaning your machine. You do want to make sure that the machine is cleaned thoroughly and it's nice and dry. Sometimes this just happens for so many different reasons. I just normally reset. I'll turn it off, turn it back on, and or sometimes just close out everything and then just open it all back up, and that normally fixes for me. I know people have gotten very frustrated with that error message as well. So here I'm just showing you the setting the settings on here as well. So just kind of showing the different settings that you can use on here at different levels. So a lot of the times the Glowforge time, you see it says speed there, it's on 13. You can bump that up to a little bit higher speed, and the time will go down tremendously. It would drop down at least half that time frame. As you saw earlier, the same earrings that I'm showing you here. Again, this is in their Glowforge site there. And you want to click both of them and make sure that both settings are the same, so, or to where you need it. So if you're having one piece cut and one piece engrave, you can see them both there on the left of the screen. And yeah, I can do a more in-depth video on like the editing and all that in another video, but this is just a small clip here that I just wanted to show you. You do want to hover over both and move them both together, like not singular. So you'll go ahead and block both if you want to move them together like that, and then transfer them over. You can size them up or down depending on how you like it. If you go really down for something intricate like that, just remember that it can be very fragile and can easily break. Like for the earrings, you can see there is kind of thin and intricate. So you may not want to downsize too much, but you could make these slightly smaller. I noticed that a lot of their designs are a lot bigger than I expect them to come out. So yeah, you can definitely play around with the sizing, make them smaller or bigger. Again, this is their catalog and their design space that they have here for Glowforge. I'm not sure the prices exactly, but I'm sure you can find that on the Glowforge website there. If you're interested, they do give you like a free trial with the purchase of the Glowforge, as well as that one free proof grade material that you can practice on. So that's what they suggest that you do, use that for practicing. I would use something a little more cheaper than the proof grade material for practicing, but if you are going to use their materials, I would use a very, very small space and just cut like one little circle or one little item that you're doing. Like if you want to see something a little more intricate, like a star or something like that, they have all of that in there already, and you can go ahead and select that with the little plus button there that you see in the red in the middle of the screen. And yeah, so there's just so many good things that came out of this machine that I just love so much. I have so many projects that I've made. You may have seen some of my other videos that I did a market with some of those Christmas ornaments that I've made. I also made some gifts for family members and friends during the holidays with this, and just a bunch of tags and all kinds of different things. It's great for paper, felt, fabric, all kinds of materials you can use. And here you can do engraving, you can do so many different customizations with this. And yeah, the sky's the limit. That's really a huge pro of this. It is a lot smaller than their other machines that they have out there. This is supposed to be is marketed like towards a craft room space, to where you can also take this out to a craft fair. I have never taken one out to a craft fair. I'm not sure how that would really work out. I guess the vent, since you're outdoors, you don't really need one unless you're indoors. You can definitely bring your vent to an indoors place. It is pretty loud. I'm not sure how it would work out, honestly. But they do advertise it saying that you could do that. And yeah, I would love to see one of these in action. If you have ever taken one to a craft show, go ahead and comment below. I'm very interested in knowing how it worked out for you, because sometimes some of these projects do take a little bit longer. And yeah, I think if you've played around with this and you know exactly each setting, and yeah, you just don't want to be ruining people's things that they're buying there on the spot or having any issues. Like, you just want to be confident in your machine, and I'm just not so confident just yet in this machine to take it out to a craft show, honestly. So I should have mentioned this in the beginning. This video is not sponsored by Glowforge. I know a lot of their videos on here are, there's a lot of people that Glowforge have sent them the machine, and they speaking very highly of it. I haven't really seen too many videos that kind of go over the things that I'm going over. So I hope that this video is helpful in that sense. And yeah, if you have any questions about the machine that you can think of, I'm just like going so quickly because as I'm going here, I'm just thinking of so many different things I want to mention here in this video, but I'm probably going to miss out on a few key things. And if I did miss out on anything, you can go ahead and leave in the comments below your experiences as well. But I just wanted to come on here real quick and kind of give you a quick and brief overview on, my experience so far. And so far, in the beginning, I'm going to tell you it was a little bit of a learning curve. That can be, again, like I said, a pro or a con. And it's very easy and quick to set up, I must say about that. So that is definitely a big pro. It's super easy to set up, and you do need to set up, though, on a computer. You cannot do it on a laptop or your phone. So I do want to mention that as well. That's a big one. If you do not have a desktop, an actual computer in your house, you may have some difficulties setting up. So that can be a big con, because I don't think you can set this machine up if you don't have a computer. That was a big one as well when we were setting up. I originally started to set it up on my laptop, and we could not do that, so we had to switch over to do it on our computer downstairs in the house. So I did want to mention that as well. That may be a big one if you don't have a computer in your house. I'm not sure how you would be able to set it up. At the time of the filming of this video, I wasn't able to do that. Maybe in the future they'll change it to where you can. So I did want to note that as well. I'm really trying to think of everything here so I can kind of give you an overview. But if you have any questions, like I said, and I didn't cover anything, I didn't cover a topic that you wanted to know something about, go ahead and leave in the comments below. I'll go ahead and make a more better detailed and structured video, because this one is kind of all over the place. Just a little bit of my thoughts on it, and I just wanted to get this video out quickly, because I have so many other things going on. I'm in the process of moving and so many things. So I just wanted to make sure I got this video out before we moved. So that was one of the big ones. And also with this, a big con is the materials that you can use. A lot of people say that you cannot use light materials with this, such as clear. You cannot use clear acrylic with this machine. And white or like light pink or anything like that. Now, on the Facebook group, I have seen them be able to use certain white materials, but at like Hobby Lobby and different places. There are settings. I would say to join those Facebook groups and check them out. So here I wanted to show you kind of how to clean these. You do want to clean the rack. Here I'm cleaning it inside, but you can definitely pull this rack out. I end up pulling this rack out and cleaning this elsewhere. But I just wanted to show you do want to clean these rails here. And you can clean this with either an alcohol wipe or something like that. They also suggest, Glowforge suggests like Lysol wipes. I do end up using a Clorox wipe. So, use what you have. You do want to make sure that you're not leaving any lint inside the machine. You want it lint proof. You can see how dirty that gets. There, so I was just showing you. You want to clean the sides of the rails there that the laser goes up and down on the sides. You do want to clean underneath this rack, so you do want to remove the rack and vacuum up all of this gunk that's in there. Just wipe it down, clean it down. Again, you don't want to leave this machine wet. It should be dry when you use it. Also, turn the machine off. I think at this point I might have had it on, but you want to definitely shut it off. I do end up shutting it off. Yeah, you definitely want to have the machine off. I'm just using some of this alcohol on a little pad there, as you can see. You can use like a lint-free, cloth or whatnot, or a Lysol wipe, like I mentioned before, which works really great. I'm just using what I had right there. For the camera lens, you want to be very delicate and clean it with a microfiber cloth. And yeah, that's very important because you want it to focus. So here I was just also using up some of like the small little materials that I had. I wanted to see if this would cut on it. So you can see this little project was only a few seconds, just to cut on that small little piece of extra material I had there. So it does make some really intricate, tiny, engravings and cuts, which is just great. The laser works really great. And if you have any issues, I'm not too sure about their customer service. For a lot of my issues, I have not reached out to customer service or anything like that. I kind of just try to figure it out on my own. A lot of the times that Facebook group did help me. So you can see in the back there, I was showing that it did not go through all the way with the settings that Glowforge had in there. And that can be really frustrating for some that are new to this and they're using it for the first time and it just doesn't work. You start to think that there's something wrong with the machine, but yeah, there's nothing really wrong with the machine. There's just an issue with the settings that they're putting in there for this proof grade material. So that should be addressed by Glowforge. Hopefully in the future they will fix that. It is an issue. You can see there it's not cut very nicely. I couldn't even get the middle of the hanger out, and this is in their Glowforge program there that they're giving you for free. They actually charge you for this if you don't have the program. So if you're paying for this on the side, well, regardless, you will pay for that thing because they're charging you for the whole access to their data, whatever. I'm at a loss of words, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, you're paying for that, and to have something not come out, the way it should, that can be very, very frustrating. But I just play around with the settings. I fix it to where it works nicely, cuts nicely, and I've been pretty successful. And I know a lot of people have a lot of success with this machine and has just been loving it and making so many different things out of it. I just kind of wanted to show you the pros and the cons, and I know a lot of issues that people have been having with their Glowforge, and this is what I've seen on their Facebook group as well. A lot of people questioning whether or not they should get the machine, or they are actually returning the machine because of these issues. And I would say that you can look past a lot of the issues as long as you take the time to learn the machine and work with it yourself. Everything will take time, and it does take a learning curve for a lot of these things, especially if you're not tech savvy. It might take you a bit longer. So this is actually some faux leather. I made a few leather tags for some hats, and it cut beautifully. I took the settings actually from the Facebook group that they suggested, and it worked beautifully. So I hope that this helped you in some way or form. And if you have any questions, again, leave them below. If you like this video, you gained any value from it, then don't forget to please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it so much, and I will see you in another video. Thanks again for watching. Bye.